Is the midday report for July 21st. Another green day. It's been great. It's been great. Don't forget to hit the like and sub button. We appreciate you guys following. This is free content for you. This is not like this is just free alpha. As every day, midday, we look at the charts. I don't look at these charts until I see them with you on TrendSpider here. Big fan of TrendSpider. I love the aesthetics of it. I think it's a really good platform to walk with you guys on. Now we can have a visual. Nice day so far. Follow through day on ES and NQ. ES up 25, NQ up 32. Some names really moving today would be Roku, Futu, Chipotle, LRCX. All those are moving pretty well today. But let's start off with the indices. On the daily here, looking good. We're still playing at the top of the range. You can see that volume here is in the top half of the range on both sides of the day so far. Great follow through. It was a gap down at the beginning and reclaim and go. It was a pretty easy place to long if you were just looking at the daily chart here. The reclaim of 432.42. The dip below, and then the reclaim, that tells you you have a good chance, a good risk reward on bullish side there. Looking good so far. Wouldn't be surprised if this is kind of the top for the day. 43, 42-ish on ES. Wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't actually be surprised if they pulled it back a little bit back to probably the open on SPY itself. So we'll see how that goes and whatnot. But I think that we're in a pretty good position from a bull standpoint. Bears, you got to hope tomorrow's a down day, because if you don't get a down day, this thing's just popping back up to 436 and you're going to be donezo. Do have some data coming out tomorrow. CPI I think is tomorrow. Jobs tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. I'll double check on CPI. 65-minute SPY. Come on. There we go. Mouse was hanging up. Like I said, it's kind of topping here on the 65. You see the move here was really, really, really good. There's your gap down and go. It was a small gap down and they filled it right back up and you went. It's a bull flag now. To me, this is going to be tough. This is going to be really tough for bears to get through this. You got cloud support under here. You got just really good structure, solid volume. Actually, it's decreasing volume. Price is going up on decreasing volume. That's usually pretty good. 436 is kind of the target here. We'll see how it goes, going into Friday. But I would not be surprised if we had another green day tomorrow. I think bears are going to be pretty sad when it comes to that. NQ on the 65-minute. We'll just kind of go back to back on the 65s. Same type of flag, bull flag coming out. It's probably going to break up 362.41 target locally for this week. Pretty easy. Daily, same thing. Did it create a higher high? Yeah, created a higher high. So there you go. Sat on went below the 8-day, reclaimed it. That's super bullish. Tech is just really, really strong right now, as it is usually this time of year. Get it here. We'll probably get one more update. 362.41 target for this week. Small caps, runner. I told you can buy against this 2 days ago. I said buy against this here between 210 and 213. Buy this because this is your 200. You can buy. I love buying off the daily 200. It's super strong for swings. I bought September 215 calls, which are now $7 in the money. I also had some swings that are 230s and 235s that are starting to come back really well. Once it gets over all these right here, the 8 and 21 days right above it, you should see some resistance here. It might even pitter-patter a little bit, but you want it to consolidate under these numbers here. Once it breaks 223.90, we'll call it 224, it's gone. There's just nothing standing in its way. 226.75 target after that. You could go next week's. I'd let this actually pitter-patter a little bit. Either you break this or you let it come down, touch the 8-day. 8-day here and then go. I'm sorry. What's my red line then? Oh, that's top of my cloud. My cloud's tight. I didn't see that. So my cloud is super tight here. So it's leaning to go up. If that starts to lean up, this is going to turn green. We're about to go off to the races on small caps like I had predicted. Tesla. Weird day. It's painting a higher high. It's it's sitting on the 8-day right now, which is fine. It's actually a pretty solid place to buy. You could wait to 648. To me, Tesla has earnings next week, and earnings are never really good for Tesla because their meat and potatoes isn't the earnings. Their meat and potatoes is the growth that comes with them down the road, future potential growth. Fake break. This time it didn't even want a fake break. 664. If you actually look on the weekly, that kind of gives you an idea. Put it on the bigger screen here. On the weekly, it gives you an idea. This right here, the 664, is a big area on the weekly. If you look across here, it's a big area just in the sense that over 664, you guys can see this was a move here, and then moves start to accelerate off that. You could call it the 21 day if you want. That's fine. 648.27 is the 21 day. That's down here. I mean, on the daily, it looks super good. I mean, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like this looks super good. If you want to start drawing lines, I like art. Here we go. I like art. I like drawing lines. Oh, there's a line. Hey, there's a line. This is 673 is going to be a tough number. There's really no reason that on the weekly that it can't get up to 673. Once it's through 673, it's gone. It's been very frustrating for traders, I think, both ways. But 2 big days up, it got rejected right at 665. That's the big number here. If they can get through it, it's going to get up to 673 easy. That's here. Super easy. And then it'll probably get stuck and come back, and then it gets stuck and come back, and then that might be earnings by that point, and you'll make a decision on what you want to do. Roku. Again, we're just going off our watch list. Like I said, this right here, this anchored VWAP on the daily, the 427, it's tough. As you can see, if you drew the trend line, you see it's sitting right on it, so 425 is right there. So it has a couple things in its way here. I think it's going to go down back to the 8-day, back before it goes up. But I did buy, at 422, I did buy some, I did buy the 450s for next week, because even if it fails here and it goes back down the 8-day and it pushes through, I'm still going to make money on it. Still have half my position on the 410s. I think they're 14 right now. Bought them at 5. They're at 14. So we're just sitting in it waiting. Want to see if this makes a decision or not. Zoom. Falling hard, but again, look where it's sitting at. We talk about this. I am not a chart follower, but I have a couple things that are pretty tried and true on there, and this is one of them. The daily 200 to 344. It's painting an inside day. I'm guessing what's going to happen is it's going to go like this, and then it's going to probably try to down test one day. It could be Monday, Tuesday next week, and it down tests this 200 day, and it breaks below it, and then it zips right back up, and I'll be a buyer against that on Zoom. Apple, inside day, expected that from Apple. Earnings are on Tuesday, 27th. So 27th after hours. 27th is Tuesday. So inside day's fine. They're probably just gearing it up to go. I wouldn't be sitting on the 8-day, I believe, right now. Yeah, 145.13. Just sitting on the 8-day, sitting in the clouds. It's perfectly fine. I keep buying 147s for next week. I really think this gets back to 150. Let's look at the 65, see if we see anything here. 65 minute, nothing really. I mean, really a gap. It didn't even have a gap. It just started going this morning. Hit 147.10. Crazy how that number works, huh? If you look on the daily, it's a previous SR point, 147.10 on the daily. And what does it hit here? I mean, these algos are smart, man. This isn't some person or a group of people sitting at a computer going, yeah, push it here, push it there. These algos are smart. They're smarter than you and me. As long as you guys know that, you can find the patterns that they use overall, and they all follow each other. It's like a cascading momentum thing. So it just came down off 147, which is fine. Yesterday, 147, it's fine. You came back down. It's kind of basing. I don't expect it to get under 144.65. I'm going to keep buying. I will keep buying against this here, but against these lows of the day, unless it gets below 144.65, 144.63. If it gets under there and stays, I'll cut those 147s. I still have full position in my swings. Probably should have taken some profit last week at 149. I didn't. I let it ride. That's the risk I take. Mouse, 65-minute. Nothing cooking really. Kind of looks like Apple. Just kind of going for that gap fill. It's just slowly cutting through it. Nothing really to see. CMG, Chipotle, Monster off earnings. I'm not a big earnings player. I don't like playing earnings. I don't like starting new positions in earnings. This was a gap and go. I missed it. I was watching other stuff this morning, so this gap and go. I mean, people made a lot of money here. If you bought here and you got to there, congratulations. If you did, good for you. I'm very, very happy for you. LRCX, I messed up LRCX. We had the 600s at 5. They are now 38. Totally messed that one up. I sold them at 8 8 or 9. Once it got through 621, that's another buy. I missed it today. I should have been watching it closer. I missed this one, but I won't miss the next one. This possibly could get 670. Let's get to the daily. Come on. 670s, you're going to have to get through here. You got a couple places to get through first. There you go. 640s one, 654, and then 670s up here. That's previous all-time high, I believe. Yeah, was the previous one. So 670 possible on this. Once it hits 670, you see this. It'll be like a huge W pattern. And if it goes on earnings, if it wants to really go, this thing, I mean, you're talking measured move of 700, maybe 710. It'll be ginormous. I'm going to wait for a pullback, though, to buy some swings going into it. Square, big winner for a lot of people. I was a week late on Square. Just a monster rip off this. 1, 2, 3. The payment processor is really moving. I wouldn't be chasing it here. 3 days up usually calls for a pullback. I think if it holds 255, you can see 262, maybe 260, somewhere in there. Let's see where the previous number. Those are previous ones from before. Come on. So you got a cup, you got the handle. Yeah, I would expect this to pull back here. If you see this is your cup. It's not always perfect. And here's your handle breakout. I wouldn't be surprised here. 360, 262. I could see 262. All right, let's do one more. ES is starting to move back up to those. It's just ranging though. It's just ranging. Google. I'm in some Google calls for Friday. Don't know if I'll hang around long enough to be a part of them, but daily on Google, just absolutely monster. If you had bought back at the COVID lows, if you just bought stock at the COVID lows, where are those lows at? Is it here? Bye. There we go. Just think, if you had bought even around between 1,000 and 1,200, and you're just a stock buyer, and that was your thing, you're a double, and that's pretty good on Google, a $1,200 stock. I would say that's pretty good. And if you're an options leaps person, if somehow you bought 1,500s for 2 years from now, or the 2,000s, like you're getting paid mighty nice. Regardless, daily looking good. It's super close to a breakout here. This is like mega bullish. It bounced off the 8-day at 25.24. It's just playing up here like it's a flag, but this could be end of the day they may want to buy this. I bought the 25.50s for Friday personally, so that's here. I'm just thinking it gets 25.56. I bought them for 8. Figure if it wants to go today or tomorrow, just make some chump change, 40%, 30% on it. Risk 8 to make 4. So Thought it might be good. So that's what we got. Midday report. Really, just keep grinding out there. Etsy looking good. Futu's just a monster. Oh, let's do Futu real quick. Yeah. That's a big winner for us today. I actually bought next week's Futus on purpose. Because I think this measure move can get... I think there's a gap right here at like 158. I would love... This is third day up, so tomorrow... it bounced off the edge. We bought it when it came back down. It gapped down this morning. I was all over it. I had my eyes on Futu down here at 128, and I'm like, I should buy this, and I didn't, and I'm an idiot. But third day up. Where's the 8 day at here? 8 days 139.24. So I bought it all the way down here. Now it's super extended off of it. I'd expect to pull back tomorrow. I took half of the Futu off to make it a free trade. It was like 115%, so I took half off, guaranteed profit now, and guaranteed capital preservation. So now we're just playing with profits. I bought next week because I think what's going to happen is I think it's going to come back down. And you know how Futu is. It'll go up 6%, then down 6%, then up 7%, then down 6%, then back up 10%. That's just how Futu is. But if this sequence really wants to get going here, and you could argue that on the daily, that this is a ginormous... Come on, there you go. You could argue that this is one ginormous double bottom here. Off that bottom here, it exploded up. Went all the way went $80. It was a huge move. And there's your correction. Your 50% move is 140. Let's see. 180. So 40. So 40 off that is 140. So in big terms, your 140 is your reclaim. And that's where a lot of the buying came in here. So this is your support is 140. And now we're sitting here going, okay, well now everything's extended, but it does have this cloud support now and has a gap above. So I'm probably going to sell the rest at 152, but it might take a couple days for Futu to get there. It might just hang out, might go down 4% and then up 2%. So, all right, that's enough of me babbling. Like and subscribe at alphatraders.com. Come join us. We're kicking ass, taking names, snapping necks, cashing checks, as they say. And at Alpha Traders Inc. On Twitter. Hit us up. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow.